More drama for the Ooni of Ife's palace, as it is alleged right now that Ooni of Ife has finally dropped the long-awaited bombshell. Regarding his continuous stay with Queen Naomi. He has released a bombshell, and what he said will shock you. Okay, so now what he said, like I said, will shock you. And recall that Oloris from beginning from Ole TikTok, Igby, Auntie Igby, Ebony, and so many of them have been putting severe pressure on Kabiesi regarding his overindulgence, of Queen Naomi. Okay, a situation we saw most of them cry to Paropo, Reverend Ajayi, and even the Gesi elders. And you recall that yours sincerely did make this report, regarding how they gathered themselves. They went to Paropo, they didn't get enough result, especially Auntie Igby, she proceeded to saying, Reverend Esther Ajayi. Okay, that was well reported in the social media as well. Because as far as they are concerned, they're not to see their husband again. Okay, and you know what that means for a woman, right? So that is what the complaint is all about. Okay, so now, like I said, it's a situation that is really very critical to them. I mean, they are taking it so serious with almost with their lives. Okay, so for Auntie B, you guys recall that she has lamented so much, and ended up, like I said before, complaining to Paropo, Reverend Ajayi, she has also attacked Metete. Yes, she has also attacked Metete, as part of her frustration. She vented on Metete, leading, the situation was so bad that it led to the revelation of Juju, and obviously that Juju scare that we also reported, happened. Okay, sorry, I'm outdoor, so in case you hear, I mean, the swinging of trees, birds and stuff like that, I mean, it's fine. Okay, so now, after Atigbi did his own, Oletik, also made a fuss out of this whole thing. She said she excuse me, she said she had been on top of her game, having twins for Ooni of Ife. Wow, these birds, it's like these birds are trying to help me do this this video. I'm surprised. They seem to be getting closer to where I am, but okay, I think I will try to speak louder. Okay, so I was saying that from Matigbi, we went to the case of Oletik, who has been telling the whole world that I mean, she bore twins. She created history by giving KBC twins, being the first time and Ooni of Ife is ever having twins, and blah blah blah. That she has been taking care of the twins, blah blah blah. And that even after giving birth to these twins, Oni does not, KBC does not think seem to have much of her time. And don't forget that drama that happened when she was supposed to have that photo shoot, when that photo shoot was supposed to happen between the twins and Kabiesi. And like we told you, she wanted to use that photo shoot as part of the souvenir, and banners, to do banners that she wanted to use for her own children Fort Fair, coming up before Christmas as well. Okay. I think for her, the highlight of her own travail was that time that Ooni of Ife got that call that came in, and he had to leave the venue of the photo shoot abruptly, leaving the twins, leaving Oletik all alone. And don't forget also that we reported that uh, when Kabiesi left, out of frustration and anger, she drove away, and that created a big scare for those who were there, because she's not known to drive by herself, according to the report, but she drove away out of anger, and people were even fearing for the lives of those twins that day. But you also know that we reported to you that eventually her mom came around, she ranted, abused everyone, but eventually ended up, bundling her daughter and her twins, grandkids, back to the palace, saying that marriage is for better for worse. Okay, so Letik was also in the thick of this whole cry of loneliness. Blue Blue was also there, complaining. In fact, there was this complaint galore that was almost looking like lamentation of some sort. Okay, so there has been so much hue and cry over marginalization, especially on the purported claim of Kabiyesi always finding a way to be at the royal mansion while often living all of them in the cold. Okay, so this has been their cry, and many of their book of lamentation is centered around this subject. What else? They see your husband. What else do you want to be concerned about? They're all concerned. So they've not seen anything. I keep saying this. Okay. So, however, this complaint came to the front burner as Kabiyesi was busy having his award stroke appreciation time with his palace staff, who he graciously celebrated amidst so much pomp and pageantry to the admiration of all. Okay, cash reward, motorbikes, and I think a car, was given as a reward to his loyal staff. His longtime photographer went home with a brand new car. Yes, tear rubber. You heard me well. So this act of kindness is indeed one among many other interventions of Kabiyesi in touching the lives of his people. Yes, you heard me well. This perhaps is the only king known for this act of kindness in the neck of this wood. Okay? So, according to the story, it was said that it was immediately after the day's event that day that Oletik's family, who had also, come for the program, allegedly accosted Kabiyesi to complain about the neglect of their daughter and children, blah blah blah. So they also spoke about the constant loneliness, the photo shoot saga. They also talked about it, and even the juju scare that just happened. They spoke about it. Because the Juju Scare was what led their daughter to seek refuge, tentative refuge at the Ujaja Arena. Yours sincerely also brought that report. So the family of Vuletik spoke around all of this. So at this point, Kabiesi was said to be very surprised that Oletik could get involved in his private matter to the point of even having the infantry to relay these issues to her family. So apparently, Kabiesi wasn't happy at all. Okay, so then he was said to go full throttle, saying, and I want to quote what he said at that forum: I have given everything that befits royalty to your daughter. Everything she has ever desired, I have provided. She has a palace to herself and other Oloris, as she has always wanted. Is that not what they have always wanted? I'm joining to ask right now. Okay? So, Kabiyesi was said to have gone further to say, the one person who needs him more is Queen Naomi, who has unjustly suffered so much with my son Tade Nikao. I want to put an end to Tade's loneliness by granting him his wish of his own sibling. Okay? And the bottom line, in fact, it is when he got to this part that he said, it can't be like so they pour water for people body that they all became so cold because the news just came from nowhere. Trust Kabiesi now. He's the only Risha. He will say what he wants to say, and you cannot stampede him to doing what he doesn't want to do. So, according to the story, he told them pump and plain that look, the person who has suffered most in his hands is Olori Queen Naomi, and come to think of it, Tadenika has also been a lonely child, and that isn't good. And don't forget that both of them, Queen Naomi and Ooni of Ife, are very much in a very good place right now. And if he so desire that it is time for them to make more babies or another baby, so be it. Okay, so be it. So he laid it there, and they said everyone went cold, and before you knew it, the news, spread to other Oloris, and that created, a sort of pandemonium all over the palace, and up till now, they said everyone is just calm and calm, thinking of what next to do. My brother, my sister, I think it is high time the Oloris stopped being childish. They cannot tell Onirisha what he should do. I think Tade Nikau, I feel for him also because he's all alone. Because he's not in the palace, he's all alone. So I want to believe that this decision of Kabiesi at this time is the right one. Tade Nikau does deserve a sibling of his own. Our dear queen also deserves to have another child because she's still a very, very young lady. And Tade Nikau, in my estimation, is not enough for her. Okay, so this is the story that is coming out allegedly at this time. And if this story, as we are hearing it, is true, that I am going to say I am so happy to hear it. Okay, so those of you who are listening to the sound of my voice at this time, I want to know what you think about this story. Please leave your comment in the comment section. Okay, I'll see you soon. Bye bye.